Welcome back, everyone. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what I loved about the Wheel of Time show and what I hated about the Wheel of Time show. So I'm going to start with what I loved about it because I feel like it's good to start on a positive note. So the first thing, the acting. I really love the acting. I thought that they got fantastic actors and actresses to do a lot of the key roles. Ones that stood out to me were Nynaeve, Liandrin. Man, awesome. What's her name? Fleetwood. Kate Fleetwood. Man, she's just nailing it. She's actually like making Liandrin like better than the book Liandrin. So Lan, I was quite skeptical about Lan when they first cast him, but I think he's doing a great job. Alana, I really like her. I like her very, very much. I thought she's just charismatic and powerful, and she's just doing a great job. Isla, I thought she did a great job at just that scene when she's talking about losing her daughter. Like, I get emotional even thinking about it. So it was very impactful, very good. Megan, I really love Megan. I'm scared that in the next season she's gonna get captured by the Seanchan. I could really see that happening because she's going west to investigate the missing ships. So, I mean, she might become a Damani, and that's it for her. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. But I really like Megan. I like hearing her talk. I love that Scottish kind of accent. It's just, I love hearing that. I really liked Egwene as well. I was skeptical about Moiraine, Rosamund Pike doing Moiraine, because I don't particularly care for that actress in like kind of the roles that she plays in some of the other things that she's in. It's very like kind of unlikable characters. But I do think that she is doing a very good job at Moiraine. I could really see Moiraine as being like, she's not exactly the most likable character, but she's still a good character. And so I think she's doing that justice. Loyal, really good as well. I'm just enjoying every time he's on screen, and I do like his ramblings. I think I mean, he seems to he's long-winded like me. So I appreciate that. The dark one, Ishamael. Really awesome. He was probably my favorite part of the last episode. And I mean, like, what they did with him is fine, like story-wise and script and stuff, but just the actor, I enjoyed all the scenes that he was in, maybe because he just acted them so well. So he's one of those actors, it seems like, that really steals the show, kind of. So that was good. All right, number 2, the scenery. And these are in no particular order of how much I love them. So it's just all love it across the board. Number 2, scenery. Man, just jaw-dropping, beautiful. Especially the large nature scenes where it's kind of panning out and you get to see just mountains and rivers, and just all of the nature scenes are absolutely spectacular. Love them. The tea shop, yeah, like the scenery, like the nature scenes, but also Tar Valon, in the White Tower, like everything is like extremely ornate. Like like it was almost too ornate. I had to like stop looking at it for a minute because I was just like, this is so rich. So I love that. The tea shop scene, that's my favorite scene in episode 6 for sure. Just like absolutely beautiful and exotic looking, and just, oh, I want to have tea there so badly with a bunch of Aes Sedai. Yeah, I loved it. Number 3, I loved how they show how caring Mat is. He really cares about his younger sisters. And you can see he really genuinely cares about his friends. He's very in tune with how his friends are feeling. Especially Rand. I feel like Rand is kind of his bestie. Yeah, I really love that about how they portrayed that in this season. That was good. Number 4, the wounds. All of the wounds. Moiraine's wound when Nynaeve, like, ugh. Ugh, it's so gross. Ugh, it's so gross. But well done. They do a good job. And when the king of Ghealdan, is injured on his shoulder, that's a real looking gross open wound. So good. You know, it all looks very real, very good. I liked it. Their practical effects were quite well done, I think. Number 5, how they portray the madness. I enjoy that because it's not just one way. Because you get the guy at the very beginning; he's literally seeing another person there that isn't there, and then you get Logain, and it kind of comes up as ethereal darkness that's like whispering things to him. I liked that it shows that there are different ways to go mad. I hope that in the future they portray even some other ways of going mad. Like, I hope that they kind of incorporate one of the Ashaman, like jumping at shadows, basically. Number 6, the friendships between the Emond's Field Five, but particularly the three boys. I really enjoyed that. Every scene that they have together, I love it. I wish we got more of it, honestly. It was like the first 2-3 episodes. We got a lot of that, and I enjoyed that very much. Number 7, the channeling. I like how the channeling looks. I mean, I've heard some people criticize it, but I mean, I don't know how they would really go about making it even better in the future, when hopefully the show gets more money. It would be amazing if they could even improve upon it, but I am satisfied with how it looks now. It could be a little faster. Moiraine channels slowly, and I mean, I really enjoyed it when seeing Ishamael channel. That was really cool, because he was just lightning fast, and that's the way I imagined it being. The Nimbus would have been cool, but maybe it would have looked corny, and then I probably wouldn't have liked it. So the channeling during the last episode looked really awesome, and the first episode I really enjoyed seeing Moiraine channel kicking those Trollocs butt. Kicking their butt. I'm sorry, I have a toddler, so yeah. I mean, being a badass. I did, I mean, I know it was very CGI-like, but I did like how shocking it was to see that first Trolloc get ripped in half by the power. The one that was going after Nynaeve and Egwene. I enjoyed that part because it was shocking and I wasn't quite expecting it. I really enjoyed how they showed the wards, like when Corrine, when she had set up a ward, and then you can see like the tinkling kind of in the background, notifying her that the wards had been crossed. I love any moment in the show where they are showing how the One Power works and what you can do with it, and it's kind of building up the lore and the magic system. I love any moments like that. When Corrine is healing Moiraine, you can see that the healing weaves are kind of coming from Corrine's heart. So I like that. I like that aspect very much because, yeah, healing comes from the heart. And then we got number 8, how they portray the bond. I really love all the little things that they put in there about the bond. And, well, I mean, I guess they really dedicated like a whole episode to the bond, for sure, you know, with Stepin and Corrine and everything. Yeah, I love the scene with Alanna, Alanna's warder, giving her the pear after the meeting in the Hall of the Tower. I love that. It's such a little thing that just, you know, just adds, it builds that world and the lore and the mechanics of the magic system, which, I mean, the lore and the world and the magic system is probably my favorite part of the whole Wheel of Time. So anytime that is built up in the shows, I'm gonna love it. I wish they did more. I would have absolutely loved it a lot more. Yeah, when Moiraine gets emotional when Lan drinks, that shows that when one person does something, it affects the other person bonded to them, which I hope later on they do a scene where Birgitte gets drunk and Elaine gets tipsy because of it. I think that would be cool. And then we get Moiraine masking the bond. I'm very happy they put this in there too. It shows that you can mask the bond, which is building up that magic system. I'm all for that. Okay, so these are the things that I hated. And I have to say, I didn't hate it all throughout, but like I really didn't like it when I saw it. And number 1 is the editing. There are quite a few moments where I felt like I was missing something, where I felt like they had filmed more than what they showed us. And I do hope that this is the case, and I do hope that they show us later in extended versions. Man, extended versions of the Wheel of Time, like, yes, I would absolutely love that. I think all the book readers would seriously love that. A couple moments that I can think of, just to think of right off the top of my head, is the first episode. I'm sure that everyone was expecting Egwene to come out of that hydro dip pool thing with all the colors, but we didn't get that. So please release an extended version so we can see what it was meant to be. And then also in episode 5, when Loial brings Nynaeve to go to see Rand, I was super surprised. I was like, what, did I miss something? Okay, number 3. This is probably the thing that it's one of the things that I dislike the most, is how Moiraine doesn't know much about the prophecies of the dragon, and she doesn't really know what to do. And like, I'm not saying that Moiraine always knows what to do in the books, but even when she doesn't know what to do, she trusts in the pattern. I believe that going with the mystery for the first season was not the way to go, because they did that, but they sacrificed like a lot of things that they could have done better. They could have had Moiraine actually knowledgeable, which she's an Aes Sedai, and this is her life's purpose. She should have known some more, I think, going into it. And the belief that she had of that was the last battle, even if there are different interpretations of the prophecies of the dragon, she should still know that the dragon has to, you know, unite, like break apart the world and unite the world, basically, like he does. So I didn't buy it. Yeah, it's kind of ramblings. So number 4, it was unclear why they even had to go to Faldar. It was just very unclear, and this is maybe an editing thing as well. How, like, and I think that they were trying to go with mysterious, but it was just confusing. It was just not, it wasn't mystery done well. Because when mystery is done well, they give you enough information. You kind of know the mechanics of the world. And so with that, I think that that's where they really dropped the ball on that. They were trying to be too mysterious, and within that being mysterious, they just became unclear. That's my opinion on that. Number 5, the use of the 4th oath. I'll tell you, I think they just wanted to see some magic, and they wanted to show some magic, and they wanted to show the oath rod because it's cool, and that's it. I think that that's all. That's the whole reason for that. I just thought it was so unnecessary. Like, it was not necessary to any of, like, explaining how the world works or explaining how the magic works. It went against the magic system because the Amyrlin is touching the oath rod. So it's like she got the oath too. And then Moiraine, number 7, that they made Mat have this inherent darkness. That's not the character of Mat. They wanted to like spruce up his character or make it more interesting. I think it would have been better if they showed him more as the prankster and like a little bit more comedy relief and like that kind of light-hearted. Like, Mat is light-hearted, you know, and in this he's very dark-hearted. And so you got Perrin, who is just brooding all the time. I love Perrin, but that's what he does. And then you got Rand, who's, you know, very innocent, but he becomes brooding all the time. And then there's Mat, who is the lighthearted jokester, trickster, gambler, who's just trying to have a good time and, you know, cracking jokes and everything like that. And he does say some jokes in the books, and they're funny, or in the show, and they're funny. That's really good. But I just don't think they had to go so dark with him. He's dark because of the dagger in the books, just in the first book, really, and then it stops affecting him in that way after the first book. But that's not an inherent darkness within him. It's an inherent jokester curiosity kind of thing about him. And number 8, I didn't like as well that Moiraine is so certain that everyone else who's not the dragon is gonna die at the Eye of the World. Why is she so certain? She's uncertain about almost everything else, but she's so certain that this is gonna happen, that they're gonna die. Like, where is her trusting in the pattern? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to see. Moiraine trusting in the pattern, because that's what she does. Like, she takes all those kids into the Blight in the books and just trusts that the pattern will give them what they need because there's 3 ta'veren. So, number 9, they imply This is a little thing that my son pointed out, actually. I was like, you're right. They imply that Lan hasn't been back to Fal Dara in a long time, but yet he's always bringing gifts to this little girl that knows him. Like she's like 5, and he says that he always brings gifts. Like, when has he had the time to always bring gifts? If like lots of people are implying many times that he hasn't been back to Fal Dara in a long time. I'm thinking, like, and even when Moiraine goes into that the bar to see Min, and there's people there like, oh, what is she doing here? You know, that implies to me that they haven't been back to Fal Dara since she bonded him. So I'm like, that's a plot hole there. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. Yeah, I'd love to know what you guys loved and hated about it. Try to leave off on a... Oh, okay. I'll leave off on a positive note, because I'm seeing here in my book that I did miss one of the things that I loved. So the last thing that I loved about it is the way that they did Min's visions. I was scared that it would be corny, and it wasn't. I thought it was really well done, and yeah, I wanted to see more and more of it. So hopefully we'll get more of that in the future. Overall, yeah, like, I love the Wheel of Time, and any Wheel of Time stuff that comes out, I'm gonna love it if it's done well, and I'm gonna hate parts of it that they're not getting right. I think that's just the fandom is very passionate, and so yeah, I think a lot of us kind of like love and hate it a little bit. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. May you always find water and shade.